The invisible employee. When I was a kid growing up in England, there was a TV show titled Upstairs Downstairs. Set in a large Belgravia townhouse in central London, the series depicted the servants downstairs and their masters, the family, upstairs, between the years 1903 and 1930, and shows the slow decline of the British aristocracy. Only certain members of staff were allowed upstairs, and others were never to be seen by the masters of the household. They were the invisible employees. I worked for nearly 20 years in the hotel industry and always thought it a rather strange turn of phrase to hear fellow hoteliers talk of the front of house and the back of house. Some employees were intentionally visible to the guests, and some were rarely, if ever, seen by the guests. It was the housemaids, the maintenance staff, and most of the kitchen staff who were often the invisible employees. My wife has a big heart for helping adults with disabilities, and she helps one young lady as a job coach for her very early morning shifts at the local super Walmart. Travelling in the wee hours to go and help her, my wife often comments on the people that she sees working while most of us are slumber. She tells me of police officers patrolling the streets, protecting us in the deepest dark of the night. She mentions street cleaners who spruce up the sidewalks before the sun even rises. She mentions workers most of the world will never see, the invisible employees. The workplace is a wonderful web of interdependency. It's you, me, and all of us working together to provide products and services to each other. Sometimes some of us are the worker, and at other times some of us are the consumer. As a worker, we may be upstairs or downstairs. We may be front of house or back of house. We may be visible or invisible. The customer may see us or they may not. Either way, just know that our work matters. My parents told me as a young boy to do everything to the very best of my ability. As I took that spirit into the workplace, one employer trained me to have a spirit to serve, whereas another had a motto of together we care. In hindsight, I see within those three stages an inside-out approach. It has to start with an individual's commitment to work to the very best of their ability. It's then the realization that our work is ultimately about being of service to others. And then collectively, we're only as strong as our weakest link, and so we must all care about the work that we do and how we do it. Therefore, I always think it's sad when people only bring part of themselves to work. It's as if part of them is present and part of them is absent. What do I mean by that? Well, human beings are four-dimensional: the body, the heart, the mind and the spirit. The physical body comes to work, and if it didn't, human resources would soon stop sending the paycheck. The heart is the passion someone puts into their work. The mind can be used to contribute our ideas. How could the work be done more efficiently and effectively? The soul or the spirit in the workplace, I believe, is the longing to leave a legacy, to lead a life well lived, and to make a noble, honourable difference in how we work and how we serve. It's really heartbreaking to me to see partial people at work. Yes, they're physically there, but the other three aspects of this wonderful creation are turned down, turned off, or tuned out. Great leaders within superb organisations know how to get people firing on all four cylinders by how they attract, hire, engage, reward and communicate with their human resources to produce organisational results. So whether you work downstairs or upstairs, whether you're back of house or front of house, whether your work is invisible to many or observed by all, let's all ensure that we're firing on all four cylinders, and that our work is always done to the best of our ability, with that spirit to serve, believing that together we care.